What's up guys, it's Captain Production 72 again with another army video as I've been doing every Tuesday in May, and today is no different with the Rebel Alliance or the Rebel Army or whatever you want to call it, because there are several different names. So one thing I'd like to say, well, there's a few things I'd like to say before I start. One, I know I didn't do Figure Friday on Friday, I just was busy, so occasionally you might not get them. Like, I'm not sure about this week, though I would like to get back into doing those again. Only 1 week off, so that's good. Second of all, I've never done a Rebel Army. This is actually the first time, so all these sets have probably been seen before in at least, one or two collection videos. I know some of this stuff's been featured. I mean, I've had some of these sets for years. But yeah, so I'm finally, doing an army video. So this army would have started in 2015, because a lot of the first sets that I bought, because after I came out like the Dark Ages of not collecting Lego for years, started buying sets again. A lot of it was kind of like original trilogy. A lot of it was what was on the shelves, like. So that's how I ended up with this. I've never really sat down and or went and bought a lot of Rebel stuff or kind of that stuff on purpose. It's kind of just like came through just things like, for instance, I wanted a Millennium Falcon. I wanted an X-Wing. Those are things that I wanted, not as an army thing, but just as part of the collection. The minifigures, it's okay. It's definitely bigger than the Droid Army. I feel like last week was a bit of a letdown, but I tell you what wasn't a letdown. The army, the Clone Army from 2 weeks ago now, for May the 4th, nearly 1,000 views, over 123 likes. I think that's what we're at. I think that's where that's sitting right now. But, that one is done crazy well. Like, it's definitely the other one from 2020 that I did. From last year, isn't even at 900 views. Like, it's at 800 something, and it has more likes than the current one. But trust me, that current one is just going to blow out the water. Hopefully, this one does well, because this is the first one I've done ever of the Rebel Army. So it's a decent size for what it is. Because I've never. There's maybe one time I intentionally tried to build a Rebel Army, but that's about it. So let's get into the start with the minifigs. So starting over here at the front, this part was a little bit confusing because I didn't actually know what I wanted to do. It's like the Clone Army when I was doing all the Cannoneers. I picked one version of each, but I didn't really know where to go here because, it was confusing. So I decided to lay them out by movie. So, I've got all the looks from episode 4 that I wanted to put because, I thought that would count. This Tatooine it keeps falling off or something off the legs, but, we've got one of the originals, we've got, the 2010, and just all the ones from the last couple of years, like 2014, 2016, and I think 2019 is in there. And of course we have the Luke celebration there. Coming back, we have two different Luke pilots. We have two of the 2006 version on either side. In the middle we have the 2019 version. Coming here we have the Bespin Luke from 2018. And the final rows of Luke are the Return of the Jedi. I guess like the Luke pilots, I have two of the 2015 versions, and then a 1999 Endor version, which is quite a cool minifigure. There's not too many. I don't have a lot of minifigures of yellow. The head, so to me he's kind of cool. I just thought I'd use every look, and so the same with the layers. I mean, in the hands, it made sense because I just didn't know where to go with it. Maybe next time I do one of these, I'll have a better system. This is what I wanted to go with. Starting with the hands or Han Solos, we have the Empire Strikes Back versions because I don't have any Episode 4 ones. We've got him without the hood, with the hood, again with the hood when he's on Cloud City. We have him. Well, now this is a funny area. These technically count as Return of the Jedi and the Empire Strikes Back, but I kind of just put them here because it made sense. We've got 2006 Skiff, Han Solo, 2016 and 2017. Coming back, we have two Chewbacca's. We have the newest version, which has the handcuffs from the 2017 Desert Skiff, an original from 2004, and we have the 2007 Han Solo, which is one of my cool ones because I think he's the only figure I have that is featured in the UCS Falcon from 07, so to me that's kind of cool. Behind him we have three female characters, two Leias and one Sabine Wren. The Sabine Wren is quite a cool minifigure from 2017. I don't have many stuff from Star Wars Rebels. We have Endor Leia from 2009 and the 2006 Hoth Leia. And behind them we have Ezra Bridger. I'm not sure what year he's from. I think he's the 2017 variant. So behind him we have a setup of Rebel Alliance droids. We have R2-D2 and C-3PO. Now I do have newer versions of these figures, but for nostalgia I wanted to use like the versions that are available, maybe 10 years ago. So we have the R2-D2 and we have the C-3PO. We have K-3PO from 2007. By the way, the R2-D2 is from 2008, the C-3PO is from 2008. We have the K-3PO from 2007, which is quite cool. Basically the C-3PO in another colour. We have I think he's called U3PO from the 2016 Advent Calendar. Cool minifigure, because C3PO in silver. I am a sucker for protocol droids, so I'd like to get more for the next one. But I think the red C3PO. I think that one's called R3PO. And we have C110P or Chopper here. Because I only have 3 Rebels figures, or at least 3 of these figures I know are from Rebels. Now, we have, I think he's called Anton Merrick, or something like that. He's from the 2018 Advent Calendar, although I'm not 100% sure of his actual identity. It never says, and I couldn't find anything in the books that would kind of reference that. But yeah, he's a cool minifigure. He's holding his helmet there because he's one of the few Rebel pilots that also comes with hair. I don't even think any of the main ones come with hair. We have 2 DAC Rattlers, one from 2007, the other from 2019, and you can definitely see like the 12-year difference. DAC Rattler is one of those pilots that gets made an awful lot. He is distinguishable by the 2 blue markings on his helmet. I know one of them looks rubbed off, but there's a lot of light coming in here, just thought I'd point that out. But yeah, you can see the differences. Over here we have a Snowspeeder pilot, that's the one with the grey, with the red symbols, and then we have another one who is called Wedge Antilles. I need to fix his helmet. But yeah, it's crazy the evolution of these Rebel pilots. Rebel pilots are another figure I really like, so I might get more of those. That wouldn't be a bad idea. And behind them we have 8 of the 2008 kind of Rebel Fleet Troopers, like the ones you see at the start of episode 4, they're also called Rebel Fleet Troopers, Rebel Scout Troopers, Tantive 4 Troopers, you know, they've got a few names. They're quite cool. It's the only Rebel kind of minifigure I wanted a lot of, which is why I've got 2 of the speeders, which we'll get into in a second. They're really cool. Now, 7 of them are the 2008. One of them's a 2012 version, which I accidentally got. One of these sets had one wrong head, which I was annoyed about. But it turns out that's a 2012 version with the updated head, so it wasn't all bad. And here's one of the weirder parts. So there's multiple different versions of the Hoth Troopers. So let me point out the ones with these kind of goggles, which were new for 2009. These types of goggles for the 2009 version. The one with these kind of goggles is 2007. This one here is 2012, 2019, 2015, and 2016. So you can see there's a lot of different Rebel troopers. And at the end we have a Scarif trooper, one of the very few Rogue One minifigures, and then we have a Tauntaun from 2009. So minifigures, I mean, ships and stuff all cool, you definitely wear, shows of the minifigures, which I think is quite good. At the side we have 1 on either side of the Rebel Scout speeders, I think they're called, from the 2008 battle packs. Starting on this side we have the Millennium Falcon, which some of you might recognise right away as the Force Awakens one. Now, there's no Resistance minifigures in here, but I wanted to include this because it's the only Falcon I have, despite being the Force Awakens version. It's still a cool set. I would like to get one of the original trilogy versions, just for the coolness factor of it, because there's quite a few differences, especially the interior and the exterior. One of our Falcons would be cool, but I'm quite happy with this one. Coming here, we have a set that most people are probably going to question this one. It's an escape pod. See, the reason I include the escape pod, there's one over there we'll get into, is because these things come out of the Tantive 4, so it counts as part of the Tantive 4. That's the 2016 one. Here we have the 2019 20th anniversary Snowspeeder, also a cool set. We have a turret, which is quite cool. It spins, you can fit a minifigure inside, up the back, you can kind of see. Coming around here, we have the turret that comes with the 2019 Snowspeeder. We have this kind of crane that lifts up part of the 2007 Snowspeeder, which came with this big piece of set right here, which is quite cool. The Hoth Echo Base, I think it's called, or Battle of Hoth. 76666 is a set number. It's quite cool. It folds in, it does all that kind of stuff on either end. This folds out. Over here we have the 2009 Echo Base set. I know for a fact that one's called Echo Base, which is quite cool. Go around over there a second. This is quite a cool set. It was one of those 10th anniversary ones, which is kind of crazy. I think this set is now 12 years old, but what can you do? Here we have the 2012, which is Droid Escape Pod, which is a recent purchase. I don't know if I mentioned, I actually tried to get all the 2012 sets and all the 2012 minifigures. That's one of the first ones I bought from that. We have the Ghost here with the 2007 Snowspeeder, which came with that kind of echo-based doors kind of set. And of course, in front of that Snowspeeder, we have a mini A-Wing from last year. And coming around to the final vehicle, we have the 2006 X-Wing. Quite a cool set. It's funny, right? I have the newest TIE Fighter, and I kind of want the old one, but I refuse to upgrade my X-Wing. In fact, this is I've had this X-Wing since 2018, I think. And since then, there's been 2 X-Wings. and I've refused to upgrade both times. I don't know what it is. I just like this one more than the new ones. Maybe the 2004 one with the US Hunt is the only other one I buy. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my entire Rebel army. I was also tempted to include Deluxe Land Speeders in it, but I didn't think that would really count, so I opted not to. A bulk of this stuff, I think I'd say, is Empire Strikes Back, 100%. That X-Wing technically is Empire Strikes Back because it came with Empire Strikes Back minifigures. I believe it's the only X-Wing that does, apart from the US one. All the other ones are episode, or at least the Rebel Alliance, like original trilogy X-Wings, only come with the episode 4 figures, but you know, it's a decent sized army. I'm quite happy with it. Never done one of these. It complexes me. Why? Because everything else has been done at least once. Like, you know, I think the Clone Army I've done 3 times, Droid Army I've done 2 times, Imperial Army I've done twice. This is its first time, the Rebels. So will I do one of these next year? There's a low chance of it, and here's why. I want to start building an Old Republic army, but also at the same time I still want to do my Clone Army next year. So there's only 4 weeks in May, at least I think there will be next year. So each Tuesday in May is an army. Next one is the Imperial Army. So I'm going to be taking all the minifigs off the base plate, and I might set up for next week's army, which will be the last one, and then you have to wait a full year again for armies. But, you know, there is a slight chance there will be no Figure Friday this week. I'm thinking about just cancelling them while I'm doing the armies. You know, because it's one last thing to do. Plus, once I set all this up literally last Tuesday at the end of the Droid Army, so I don't want to take it all down. Plus, I want to spend some time experimenting with a good, you know, layout. One of my mother grey base plate has a mock on it, so you know, I'm gonna try and find a way to make this fit. But yeah, I just want to give you guys one last view because you won't get to see any of this stuff again for a long while, at least a year or two. Who knows? Maybe one next year if my Old Republic armies don't come off the ground. But yeah, so things I'd like if I did another one of these. Definitely some of the rebel leaders like Mon Mothma, Crix Mandine, maybe the kind of rebel general Lando. Damn it, I'm trying to think of other ones. Admiral Akbar would be one. Definitely some more of the Scarif stuff. Stuff from Scarif was cool, maybe another Tauntaun, but there's not too much really that I want. I mean, I've never intentionally tried to build this up, although I think you'll enjoy next week with the Imperial Army. Anyway, if I don't see you guys on Friday with a video, there's a whole chance you'll see me with it. See you guys with next week's Imperial Army. Peace.